If you live in the UK, you might have seen this clip before.
What? What are you doing? Oh, phone, please, quick.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what happened, the story, and the non-sting of who I call the Fall Guys Nonce. And the reason I have come up with this name, he don't seem to have a particular name, but the reason I call him the Falls Guys Nonce, is because of the game Falls Guy, where if you get hit by something, you'll go flying. This guy went flying when he tripped over or fell over, and when he was having his hood up, he looked like a Falls Guys character. And I quickly just want to tell you guys, sorry if my voice sounds a bit strange. I'll be honest, I've got a cold and I'm currently not feeling well. This right here is Kyle Devon Fourie. He was born in 1991 in Hampshire, and he's a convicted sex offender who claims he has learning difficulties. Not that excuses anything or all the disgusting acts which I'm about to tell you about. It all began, at least in terms of with police, in 2010, where he received a caution after taking a photograph of a child on the toilet during a football match, I believe, which is, don't even need to talk about how disgusting that is. Before the sting itself, Kyle would attend Southampton football matches all the time, and he would dress up as a clown to lure families and children to take photos with him, where he would actually somehow keep some of the photos as well, creepily. In 2016, either in April or July, the research I did was kind of muddly, but it was kind of the same information. Anyway, in July 2016 or April 2016, officers also found magazine and newspaper cuttings of children and articles of child abuse and kidnap stories from the press in a bag or suitcase that he had. So he would gather child sexual abuse stories and keep them for his sick sexual pleasures. The disgusting man. Fucking cunt. Also, during the same time frame, he was found with indecent images of children, which I am guessing you know what I mean by that, but I'm not going to say because I don't want this video getting taken down. And then in April 2016, Kyle was convicted of possessing indecent images of children, after which he was sentenced to a sexual harm prevention order. Though 4 days after he was handed the above-mentioned sexual harm prevention order, and all the stuff was taken off him, he was found with further indecent images of children. So, just 4 days after he was convicted, he did it again, and they didn't arrest him. I believe that covers all of the history of Kyle before the actual non-sting took place. But now let's actually talk about the actual non-sting. And then in February of 2017, the non-sting actually took place. Kyle, who believed to have groomed a 13-year-old boy by the name of Tyler, attempted to meet the boy he groomed between 8 and 13 months outside of his school, where it wasn't actually a 13-year-old boy, it was a paedophile hunting group called Trap, where they confronted him with the evidence. Kyle, at this point, pulled up his hood, tried to avoid his face in the video. He tried getting on buses, they wouldn't let him on, luckily. He tried to rip away the evidence that they had in his hand, which I'm guessing they had backup, but that failed as well. And at the end of the video, he tried to run away, but he ended up falling face first on his ass, hence why he is now known as the Falls Guys Nonce. Kyle tried to avoid confrontation, even though he was yelling back at them, claiming or using the excuse that he had learning difficulties, and that was the main reason, at least, why he was trying to meet up with the underage kid. Kyle was later arrested the same day, and a search of his rucksack he had at the time, when he tried to meet up with the minor, they found pornography, condoms, sexual enhancement tablets, and a penis pump with even more indecent images of children found in a raid of his home. So he broke the rule that they give him again. During the court case, Kyle admitted and pled guilty to 2 counts of possessing indecent images of children and 1 charge of attempting to incite sexual activity with a child. Later on, he was sentenced to an indefinite hospital order. He was sentenced by Judge Christopher Parker, and that's where the story ends. However, Trap did make a statement on their Facebook page, which you will see right here. Kyle Fourie was finally sentenced yesterday after changing his plea to guilty. He has been locked up under the Mental Health Act until they feel he is safe to be released to the public. The judge did warn that he could never be released as he's such a high risk. When they checked his computer after I caught him, he was in possession of over 100 indecent images of children. Another one locked up because my team's hard work. Hashtag trap. And that is all the information we have left to share. This man did so many disgusting things. He had hundreds upon hundreds of indecent images of children. He had newspaper clippings of stories of children being kidnapped and their sexual stories where obviously unfortunate things happen to them by disgusting people. He had them cut out. He had pictures of children. I honestly, this was probably one of the most disturbing stories I've probably looked into. He tried to meet up with a 13-year-old boy who he groomed for 13 to 8 months, or between that time frame, which is disgusting. Luckily, it wasn't an actual child, it was that predator hunting group, so thank you for them for putting in all those months, and you managed to get that man at least arrested, and hopefully he'll never be released. I don't know if he has been released. He might have been in the last few years. He might have got released instantly and they just didn't tell him. I really do not know. But yeah, that was Joseph the World. That was my video. Sorry I said that a little weird, but yeah. I'm gonna leave in the description the actual Nonce sting itself. I re-uploaded it because it got taken off YouTube for whatever reason. If that video gets taken down, then I will try to censor it a little bit, but we'll see how we go from there. Anyway, that's been Joseph the World. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.